Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we are reading for the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, April 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Now, you know when I read for the weekend, yes, I will use my two Radley Valentine decks. I will use my Angel Tarot cards for the main message. I will pull one from my Archangel Power Tarot cards. I will also pull one from my Emily Anderson Crystal deck. Now, I have prayed, meditated, and infused all decks with Reiki energy. Remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. I am an intuitive channeler. I open myself to higher power. My job is just to deliver the message, and I hope that you let me know who it was for. Anyway, one of the things we need to know about is April 3rd. So April 3rd, Mercury, which is in charge of communications, electronics. A lot of times there's a lot of karmic type of value with Mercury, especially when it's retrograde. Right now it is going direct, and all the planets are still going direct. But Mercury entering into Aries, and that will be at 11:42 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's a lot of interesting things going to happen with Mercury entering into Aries. Aries is a fire sign, and there's a lot of I energy. Not I, but more I energy with Aries. It is the first sign in the astrological year. So, a couple of things. One is be careful about what you're going to be talking about. Tempers could be raised. So, and this is while it's in Aries. So it's not just for this day, but you may find communication being very blunt, very to the point. But it also may be a time for you, especially if you have a hard time communicating. It may be a time for you to actually dig deep and pull out those words that you have been waiting and wanting to say. Now, maybe you have been waiting and holding them back for a specific reason. Maybe not. That's up to you. But just be aware that, could be some fiery speech going on when Mercury goes into Aries. So let's begin the readings. Hello, my Aries, and happy birthday to you. So let's see what we have for the weekend for you. Yes, this is going to be, with Mercury going into Aries, you may speak up a little bit more so. So there may be some things that you've been holding back, my Aries, and it's almost like it's just, excuse me, I don't want to make anybody nauseated, but it's like verbal vomit. It's like, when you're feeling nauseated, and it has to come out, and that's kind of that's what happens when Mercury goes into Aries. So let's see how that is for you. And I was in healthcare, so I know a lot about that medical. So I do tend to go back to some of those sayings. Anyway, let's see what we have here. 3 cards. They're face down. The first 2 are reversed. I'm going to adjust my camera a little bit, see if that, as long as I don't pull it off. There we go. So you can see it a little bit better. Here we are. Reversed has a little stronger energy, stronger meaning. So let's see what we have for my Aries. First card up is Page of Water. I'm feeling very calm with this, and actually, which is interesting because, with Mercury going into Aries, it's just kind of a sense of you being and doing and, just existing in the plane of who you're supposed to be. I feel that there's a lot of karmic type of energy, and this is more of a time that you will feel more comfortable in your own skin, okay? And it could be because you are showing who you really are. And, I feel like the mask has come off. Now, water energy is our Cancer, our Pisces, our Scorpio. It's very fluid, very emotional. There is a spiritual element to water energy also. Pages, the underlying energy is Earth, but pages are very impetuous. The pages are very let's get down to, let's get started. I don't necessarily have to know where I'm going. I'm just starting my journey. So this is kind of that romantic type of energy, but I am feeling for you. So that's basically what the page is all about, the page of water. But I'm feeling for you that there's actually a settling in. That, like I said, maybe it is because of Mercury going into Aries. Mercury's very quick-witted, very quick energy, but it's kind of like you are being who you're supposed to be. I'm feeling like, again, you feel comfortable in your skin. Anyway, intuitive, sensitive, artistic, friendly. A new person enters your life. A relationship begins a new phase. Heightened psychic abilities. Interesting with that. Next card is the Knight of Air. Now, air energy is our Aquarius, it is our Gemini, it is our Libra. It is very, thought-provoking. It is our ideas. It is hearing news. It's making your plan. It's actually thinking things through. So even though, there's a lot of, even though this is your birthday season, it's not like you're going off willy-nilly. I feel such calmness. I feel such rightness with this page. And now it's almost like, there's your direction. So I feel like if you have been like a leaf blowing in that wind or a feather blowing in the wind, I feel that there is more of an anchor for you, an anchor that, and it might be very spiritual anchor, but I feel that there's a rightness coming for you this weekend or starting for you, or you will be accessing it more this weekend. Knight's underlying energy is fire. So that would be your energy, Leo and Sagittarius. So there is a passion, there is some direct, there is a, passion, burning, fire type of energy with this, but you're not just, you're not just, bouncing off of walls. There's a direction for you. Knights are also very directed. You just, you're in control. There is a control element, and it feels good. It feels very calming. Anyway, so knights are intelligent, knights of air, intelligent, decisive, idealistic, tireless. Events that occur with great speed. Take time to carefully review your options, creative solutions. So this is one of the cards that does indicate movement and indicate, things happening. So let's go on to our next card. The Empress. Now, a lot of times Mercury, more so when it is retrograde, I always feel that, I do feel, that Mercury, when it goes retrograde, is kind of the karmic settlement, karmic resolution. But since this is now going into your energy, and the reason I mention that with karma is when I see the Empress, I feel, and especially when there's things going on with Mercury, more so in general when it's retrograde, but I feel that there's this rightness happening. Things coming into place. There's like this settlement. Hey, life is not easy. It's not for wimps. And Aries, you are definitely not a wimp. But I just feel that there's a completeness with this. And then we get the Empress. And the Empress is also Archangel Gabriel. And Archangel Gabriel is the divine messenger. So there could be some important news that you're hearing, but it could also be something that you are now deciding on and you are now aiming for. But the Empress brings abundance. The Empress brings, for you with Mercury, I am feeling there is a sense of rightness. It is coming into that place for you. Or entering or even being in that place. So it could be the right place at the right time for you this weekend also. So that could actually help you with any kind of decisions that you're making. I feel you're very stable. I feel very stable. And if there's decisions that you need to make, that you will look at all the qualifiers and then you come to a really good decision on your behalf. So is that your work? Well, this has a work element, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's your job. Because I feel this is bigger than that. I don't feel that this is your unless your career is something extremely important to you, I don't feel like it's just a job. I feel it has bigger energy than that. Okay? So, Lavish abundance, give birth to your dreams, nurture yourself and others. So let's go on and we will see in our Archangel Power Tarot cards. Here we go. So let's see what we have here. Oh, card came out, it flew. So we have the moon. Now you know we were just in a full moon, so now we are in the waning aspect of the moon. That's when you let go of things. The moon also, we have Archangel Heniel. So we have a 3 here. 3, there is a lot of power in 3. You might have heard you say something 3 times. 2 or more, well, 3 agree with you. We're doing a 3-day reading. It's a very holy weekend for many. So there is a lot of power in that number 3. So now we have an 18. So we have the 1 or a 10, transition, new beginnings. We have an 8, unlimited opportunity. Add it up to that 9, 1 plus 8 is a 9. So then we have this really complete picture. We have this finality. We have this is what needs to be done. Now the moon, and again, so we have Archangel Gabriel, we have Archangel Heniel. The moon is always telling you to, I'm going to say, we can't see behind the scenes. Let's go over here. We can't see behind the scenes. We don't know what's happening on that other side of the moon. There's so much speculation on what that can be. But there is, again, in that spirit world, in that other world, there's so much that goes on that we don't know about. So that also has a lot to do with trust. Also to, I'm always saying, reach out to your higher power. Guardian angel, spirit guide, voice of the universe, your divine. They send you the archangels to help you along. And archangel power is extremely, extremely strong. So, but this talks about improving your plan. So again, there's such a sense of rightness for you for this weekend that, I would not be afraid to start a new project or to I kind of feel like making claim on something too. And I don't think that it'll be willy-nilly. I don't think that it will be something that you just, something that you just spontaneous, even though the night does bring about some movement and, kind of like you might have to think quickly. I don't think it's something that is impulsive. How's that? Okay. The opportunity to improve your plans, listen to your intuition for accurate guidance, face your fears, and grow stronger. So that's always an interesting thing. Many times, I look at it, fear is the tool of the devil, or the dark side, or dark energy, whatever you want to say about it. But fear tries to keep us from progressing. And that's why I'm always telling to keep to keep shining, keep your light bright. So, okay. We have 2 cards now. This one's reversed. So what crystal or energy would be helpful for this weekend for my Aries? First card is orange calcite. I do not have that. I went and bought some crystals the other day, and I put them in my crystal collection, and I really wanted to make sure I had everything, and now I don't know which one's which. Anyway, but I know I don't have orange calcite. Here we go. Boosting self-esteem, expressing sexuality, psychological healing, energetic living. So if you have that, you may want to carry that with you. Next card is aquamarine, and I do not have that either. But aquamarine is about water healing, compassion, speaking your truth. That's going to be the big one for you, my Aries. Compromise. I feel like I feel your energy listening. I do feel like you taking in the other point of view, but it's kind of like, you're kind of like saying, you know what? I'm just being polite by listening to you. Okay, And then, okay, good. Okay, Now let's get it done the way maybe a little bit more diplomatically than that, but you listen and you just kind of like, okay, now we have to get this done, and we're gonna, maybe internally you're saying, we're gonna do it my way. So, my Aries, I hope you enjoy the readings. Please remember, like, share, subscribe. It does help. It really does. Thank you. As always, my Aries, please know that you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.